Hello, Hannah the Suburban Witch here, and today we are on episode number 4 of my Psychic Development series, and the psychic sense we're working on today is Claircognizance. In today's episode, we're going to go over what is Claircognizance, some crystals and herbs that can help you with this intuitive sense, and we're doing another development exercise to help you work on this intuitive sense. If you're new to my channel, I'm Hannah the Suburban Witch, an intuitive tarot reader and astrologer, and I love bringing all of my witchy content to you here on YouTube. I generally bring out a video every single Wednesday. However, I do have a 4-month-old baby at the moment, so they are a little bit delayed just for this time period at the moment and will be approximately every 2 weeks. I will be speeding that up again as we get to the end of 2021. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss a video, and definitely hit that bell icon. I am getting close to 10,000 subscribers, which means I'll be doing another YouTube live. That's where you can get access to me, free readings, whether that's astrology or tarot on the live, and it's only very rarely that I do that. So make sure you are aware of when it's happening so you don't miss out. So what is claircognizance? Now, this one is not as easy to explain, and it is not as common, I find, as well. We're sort of going down in rate of how common things are. Your top 3 are your clairsentience, your clairvoyance, and your clairaudience. They're the most common ones that people perceive and feel all of the time. Now, obviously that's clear seeing, clear hearing, and clear feeling. Claircognizance is clear knowing. So that's when you just know something. You didn't hear it, you didn't see it, you didn't feel it, it's just the information is suddenly there. Now, sometimes you may have heard of people who can channel. Channelers are claircognizant. They don't receive any communication to interpret the information that comes out, it just comes out. So it's not as common for people to have this gift, but sometimes it comes through in ways that you don't understand. So you may be claircognizant if you often know when people are lying. Nothing says to you they're lying. You're not feeling the gut instinct. Clairsentients get this a lot as well. Of, that doesn't feel right. It's just, that's a lie. That's not true. You just know, okay? That is claircognizance at work. So other people that are claircognizant may be people who have come from a religious background like myself in Pentecostal or evangelical fundamentalist Christianity and have grown up with learning about speaking in tongues. To me, that is a form of channeling light language, and you may actually be claircognizant. You may have that ability to commune with spirit in that way. So claircognizant people often have really good ideas as well. So you may just, boom, know what your creative idea is going to be and go on and about your day and do it. Brainstorming is not something you probably have to do very often. Again, this is, if it's going to be one of your senses, it's probably going to be a strong sense. It's a little bit of a harder one to develop as well, especially if the other ones are stronger. So spirit will always use your strongest sense first to get your attention. Now with this one, some herbs and crystals that are going to be really good for this is anything that relates to your crown chakra. This is pretty much just crown chakra territory. We're not talking third eye or anything else at this point. The number 1 crystal I'm going to recommend is going to be amethyst, followed closely by a clear quartz. But amethyst is the one that I would recommend you utilize the most, and just try and find a really pretty cluster, because that's almost like representing multiple points of information that can come into you. Merlinite is another crystal that I would recommend, but potentially to sleep with that under your pillow as well. The herbs that you'll want to work with, again, I always suggest doing this with a tea, but you can pop them into a charm bag or a spell jar or just sprinkle them under your pillow. There's lots of other ways you can work with them. Lavender and rosemary. Now, rosemary is a concentration herb. It is very strongly linked with the mind, and that is where your claircognizance is going to come through in your mind. Lavender, very strongly linked to your crown chakra, and lavender as well is going to help you relax a little bit to start trusting those knowings rather than questioning them. Once you start to question them and doubt them, that's when you start to halter that spirit communication that you have. Now for today's development exercise, we're actually going to do 2 different times. The first one, I'm just going to ask you to tune into me, into my energy. So take a deep breath and tune in. You can imagine your aura growing and then sort of wrapping itself around me into my aura. Okay, I give you permission for this. Now I'm going to be sort of projecting a thought at you guys, and I want you to see if it lines up with what I say. Now, if it doesn't, comment below. Let me know what you got anyway, because I may be able to validate that for you in another way. You might, pick up something else and it might be relevant to me, but it's not what I was thinking, if that makes sense, okay? So just to let you know where you're on par or where you're not on par. Now with this, I'm not going to give you any time. It's pretty much start tuning in now, start tuning into me now, and then I'm going to go and bam, because I don't want you to give any time for those other senses to get in. I don't want you to be hearing, seeing, or feeling. I just want you to know first thing that comes to your mind, okay? All right, let me think. What am I going to... All right, I have a word, basically, a word that I'm going to present out there, and I want you to know what that word is. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And the word was star. So if you received that word in your head, or you just knew, then that is going to be your way of knowing that that's your claircognizance tuning in, okay? If you received something else, let me know in the comments and I'll tell you if that is somehow relevant or true to me as well. The next part of this development is I'm going to do 2 pick a thing ones, basically. I'm going to spread out 3 cards, and I'm going to choose which one I'm going to turn over, okay, in my head mentally. I'm going to give you a moment, and then I want you to figure out which one it's going to be, just by knowing, okay? You're just going to go, oh, I know it's going to be this one. And then we'll see if that's the one that I turn over. And we're going to do the same with some crystals as well. Okay, so I'm using my Psychic Reading cards by Debbie Malone. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Which one am I going to select? Is it going to be number 1, 2, or 3? Make your decision. First one that pops into your head. It was number 3. If you heard or felt or knew anything else, this is an eagle. This is the image, an eagle over what looks to be poppy fields, which is quite relevant for Anzac Day coming up this weekend. Okay, the last development exercise for today, we have these 3 crystals here. Unakite Jasper, Hematite, and Golden Tiger's Eye. Now I want you to have a look at these crystals, just tune in for just a second, and you're going to pick which one I'm going to select. Ready? Which one did I choose? Hematite. So let me know how you went with that one. I know it's a little bit different to the other ones. You're not spending as much time tuning in. You're not giving yourself a chance to hear anything, see anything, or feel anything. It's just knowing it is quick. So if this is your psychic sense, you're one of the lucky ones. This is not a common one to have. We'll have it a little bit, of course, but some people it's just really strong. You may be interested in learning how to channel and using your sense for that sort of purpose as well. If you want to read up a little bit more about some people who do use channeling, it's really good to read up on Edgar Cayce. He was fantastic. He had almost like a hospital, and he would channel what was wrong with people and how to fix them and that sort of thing. He's a very interesting case study to read up on. Another person you could look up is Crystal Ann Compton. I know she does a lot of work with channeling and teaching people this skill as well. It's not my skill yet, so it's not something that I'm going to be teaching anyone how to do, but if claircognizance seems to be your thing, I recommend you head down that path. As always, I hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world today, and I will chat with you next time. Bye for now.